All right, all right, all right. How was that? Good? Pretty decent? Ah, funny. Thank you. Hopefully not funny looking. Dad joke. All right, so we are going to go around the room to see what was an interesting story or interesting answer. Or even I was at a table and they're like, oh, I really like this question. So we're going to throw the box to anyone who's willing to share any insights. Anybody? All right. Cool. So, but yeah, so it's after going through the few tables, just hearing some stories that was really interesting. Kind of, it needs a little bit of spark to start the 2-day break into a great learning experience. All righty. So moving on, we have. Sadly, it's me. I'm sorry. I am coming up with a short form content masterpiece session. What my plan for this is to share what I've learned working with clients and working with our own social media, and something I always try to explain to people how easy it can be to produce short form content. So we're going to talk about that. Then we have Eugene coming up with a killer name, from clicks to kicks, how to sell in a world that doesn't exist. What a name. And then look at mine, short form content. I am fantastic. So yeah, if you guys have any questions in the meantime, please feel free to say, hey, Riley, I have a question. We'll throw you the chat box, and then we'll just open up a conversation. Does that sound good? We're all good on that front? All right. Okay. So, oh yeah, there's me. So yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Riley. I'm from 92 Social. Today, we're talking about short-form content and how it can work for your business, also your clients, and using what you have to really elevate your game. So, did you know that 96% of consumers prefer short-form content? And this means video and also written content. So, when it comes to like Instagram captions, shorter is better because you want to direct them to the landing page, website, or whatever you want them to be directed to. And then what I was just mentioning, what do you mean by short form content? This could be TikTok, this could be Instagram Reels, or something that a lot of people don't use or don't utilize, YouTube Shorts. Because with one piece of content, you can post on TikTok, Reels, and Shorts. And it's funny because we, at the agency, we developed this idea. Let me preface by saying I have a radio background. So when it comes with like the catchy names, it's up our alley. So we came up with this thing called 92 cents, where we give our 2 cents about social media. But what we found was if we posted on TikTok, it did okay. And then we posted on Instagram Reels, it got slightly better. But with YouTube Shorts, it grew our platform. And I was standing there, like, how? It's the same content piece, same delivery, same everything. So it's really interesting on how you can really utilize video, short videos, and what works best. So short form video has the highest ROI, and that is something that's really interesting. I didn't think that would be something that would be the highest. And again, doing some research, and like, you start to slowly understand where, like, okay, so maybe if you think about TikTok, you see those influencers who are just doing something very, very simple, and then you look at the videos, it's 7 seconds. Like, oh, well, it gets the point across, and you're on to the next thing, right? So 92% of internet users watch YouTube content online each week. That's something that's shocking. And that's something I always say to clients. I'm like, if there's a will, there's a way to find yourself on YouTube. If there's something that you can do, doesn't have to be fancy. As long as you get your core messaging out there, do it. That is something that I would always put my foot in first, where I put my attention in first would be YouTube. People get overwhelmed because it's YouTube. There's so much on YouTube, but there's always space for everyone. So if you're on the session right now thinking, like, how can I grow my social media, or like I said before, put your clients in mind, or like, how can I grow my clients' social media? like, and then you kind of think about the characteristics. And this is where I'm going to talk about a little bit more about the characteristics of social media. So if you tried the social media hacks, copy your friends' success stories, sometimes it does happen and does work. Upload like crazy and spend money to produce videos or even invest in ads. Again, that could work, but what you want to do is lay out the foundation for social media. That's what I always say when I start out the Instagram profile, where you want to start filling out the profiles first, set out some bases like Instagram Instagram highlight covers. Is it easy for your customer or potential user to find where they want to go? So those are the things where I like to say, do that first, then invest in ads. And then just look for quick success strategies. That would never, sometimes sometimes it does work, but majority of the time it's wonky. It depends. It all depends on what trend you're in or what subject you're in. So without spending more money and time growing on your platform, here's common concerns that I've heard over the years. I'm too old for social media. I've tried posting, but it never goes anywhere. I've definitely been there. I'm still on that same point, because you're social media. You're trying something new every single day. You see what's working, what's not working. What I was mentioning with TikTok and YouTube Shorts, it's the same content, but maybe it's consumed a little bit differently. So that's when you're realizing, okay, so maybe I should tweak it a little bit, either in the captions or even the thumbnail. And then I just don't have time for this. This is my favorite. I don't have time. And that's something that, for me, when I talk to even other companies, we just don't have time. I'm like, there's always way you can work around it. And I'll get into this a little bit later on, but blogs are a great source to generate content. And that's if you have I had a client where they had 15 to 20 blog posts. I'm like, we don't have time. I'm like, that's content. We can take each point, make that into a week's worth of content. You have to think creatively, but there's ways to do that. And then YouTube is just hard. Well, it is hard, but that's why it's so. When you see YouTubers, they pride themselves because they put in that hard work to grow. So those are the common concerns that I've learned, that I've been told over the years. But I also have I also had a moment back in 2021, especially, my voice just changed, especially when YouTube Shorts became a thing, where I was, what is this? I don't know. Is this like Reels? And Reels wasn't really a thing back then. So I was seeing results that honestly I haven't seen before. I know it sounds very salesy. I get that. But when I started with that 92 cents, what I was mentioning before, where I literally shot it on my phone, it was max 20 seconds, depending on the subject I was talking about. And I just did 3 of them a day. Again, it sounds a lot, but it's not really, because I was sitting at my desk and I was like, oh, did you know that TikTok just changed their algorithm? And that was like, it's my 92 cents. Because the idea would be people like, huh, what? What's that? And then intrigued. And then that's when they start to reach out. I'm like, what do you mean by this? So when I started doing that on like a schedule, I started to see results that, again, these are organic reach. This is organic strategy. I didn't put any money behind it, which was, again, it's not crazy numbers, but the strategy worked is what I'm trying to mention. But it was working for our YouTube channel. And the best part about this, could be at any skill level, at any age, or any business. And I've seen businesses. I've seen a paint store actually back in Ontario, where they are a Benjamin Moore retailer and run-of-the-mill paint store, and then they just had the idea of like they want to grow on social media. So I suggested, I'm like, at that point, I'm like, think about YouTube. Think about it, because your interior design, that kind of mindset. And so they hired someone just to do YouTube, and now they're at just. This was a few years ago, and in all fairness, this guy was posting frequently. Now they're almost at 100,000 subs. So it's kind of, it's the paint people. If you want to look it up on you're on your laptop, the paint people on YouTube, a fantastic follow if you want to learn a little bit more. But even it's a great case study to follow. is what I like to mention. But yeah, any business. So like I was mentioning, this is a screenshot from our YouTube channel. And this is something that I've been trying for YouTube since I was like 19 and doing some really, really cringy coffee review videos. So yeah, it's funny because I always say you have to go through the cringiness to get through to the good version of yourself. So I always encourage people, you want to start YouTube and you just want to find your own skill. You don't have to promote it. Just do it. Get out of the way. It might take a week, might take 2, might take a year, but keep going and try to get through that because you're going to learn your own style and your own personality, which later on will pay and visits and followers. So yeah, over 165,000 just by using the YouTube short strategy, just posting 3 times. And then this is who I love to talk to. People, especially I was talking to a person that starting his own social media agency. He came up to me and he was mentioning, what is my first step? And I'm like, well, think about it. Who are you? You're a social media agency, so think about your own socials. You want to be that person, like you're doing social, might as well have a good social media. It doesn't matter about the following, it's just about the content. Are you providing value? So I'm looking for, and he was a perfect representation of, he was super motivated to put himself online or put his new business online. And you can also be on YouTube for years, or you can just be brand new to YouTube and you're eager to grow your businesses or business. And if you're thinking about an agency mindset, looking at a great way to grow your clients' socials, because at the end of the day, if you're talking about your clients, I talked about YouTube Shorts, and you're like, oh yeah, I get it, but your clients don't fully they'll understand, but they don't fully understand. But what they do like to see is a grow in numbers. So it's kind of like a flash where I'm like, hey, this is what we're doing, and like, oh, so there's a little positivity there in business relationship building. So today I'm going to talk about 3 things very quickly. I'll keep it light. It's 5 mistakes that I've seen business owners or influencers or anybody who wants to get on YouTube, why your YouTube videos haven't got views that you wanted, which I kind of touched on briefly, and the other type of video that will get you views on YouTube or Reels. When I say YouTube moving forward, this could be for Reels, TikTok, or even just word like blogs. All right, so one of the biggest mistakes is not using the right tags. It's kind of like hashtags. And how do you find those right tags? Well, use of YouTube tools. So who here is a fan of Peter McKinnon or knows of Peter McKinnon? Perfect. He's another prime example, a great case study where he started out in his bedroom. Now he just renovated a big studio that he partnered with a coffee shop. But what he does, and he's a prime example of this, where he searches keywords on YouTube, and as you can tell by the video tags, camera basics, learn photography, all those things. And then if you download, wait for it, vidIQ, there's TubeBuddy, there's like programs like this, but what I use is vidIQ. There's a free version, so might as well. It's a Google extension, I believe. And there's also a paid subscription, but what I like to use the free subscription for is those tags. So let's take your market. Let's talk about social media, just to keep it simple. And like, all right, so how can I grow? So I type in how to Facebook. And then I look at the headlines, I click a video, and I see the tags. And then you see that little blue thing? That means it's trending. So at the search, that Good Mythical Morning, which is another great YouTube channel, if you guys don't know, that video is 53rd in the search on YouTube. So that's something that it's free, easy, and you can slowly understand what the keywords and search terms kind of are and the general scheme of things. But yeah, Good Mythical Morning, they're another great example where they started out just saying, I think one of the first videos was the best pizza in LA. And then that grew into, I think, 4 businesses. They have 4 different YouTube channels under one brand. But again, it just takes time. But if you start to use the tags, you can kind of start seeing your content level up a bit more. So checking in. Does this make sense? Generally, you're picking it up. You're like, oh yeah, I see what you're doing. Okay, cool. So big mistake number 2: videos are just long. They're too long. And so when you're editing your video or shooting your video, you're like, okay, so this is like 7 minutes. Could I cut it down? Always think to yourself, can I cut this down even more? Because think about how like TikTok, what I'm talking about before, they want short. They want short as possible. But when it comes to YouTube videos, you do obviously want more than 10 seconds. So you want to have it, keep in mind where this is my broadcasting background coming in, just trim off the fat of the videos. So my suggestion, shoot, record while you're editing. You're like, okay, so let's cut out this, let's cut out that, send to a friend, see what they think, and almost ask them a question saying, okay, with this video, at what point did you get turned off by it? Like at what minute? Sometimes it's 10 seconds, example, or sometimes it's 5 minutes. So those are the things that you kind of keep in mind when you're creating YouTube shorts, content, blog posting. They're just a little bit too long. So YouTube has over 2 billion active users monthly. Again, that's a pretty big number. And that's something that like there's always room for you on YouTube. And people nowadays are watching YouTube more than TV. People are watching travel vloggers like myself. There's Kara and Nate. I rely on their videos every Sunday because it's super interesting. It's a TV show. Think of it as a TV show. And then an average YouTube, perfect timing. Average video length is 11 minutes, but if you cut it down a little bit shorter, my experience, the 7-minute mark, anywhere between the 5 to 7 minute mark is usually a good time, depending on what you're talking about, of course. And if it's anything longer than that, make that like a part 2 or make that into a little series. Shorter, the better. And then not looking at analytics. Kind of what I was saying with the vidIQ. You got to know who you're playing with. And that's one of the things where, as marketers, you can understand that. You could definitely get that idea, the idea of like understanding the viewers so you can start tailoring your content. You're missing it because, like, again, you're missing out on potential audiences. You don't know where they're from, and you can tailor content towards them. So again, take a look. This is one of our videos. This is actually a prime example where I was like, hey, I want to start something. I want to do something. And I saw a good list of how to be a social media marketer content day. So this is where I went to different client shoots. In this video, I was at a roofing client where I was using my drone a lot. So I said, okay, so this is my plan. This is how I did it. And I think does it say how many minutes? I think I kept it around 5 minutes. But that's something where was it the greatest video? Probably not. Could I have done it better? Probably. But at the end of the day, did my point in messaging get across? Yes, it did. So again, let's take a look. Where are my audience? So Canada, US, a little bit of UK, a little bit of Australia, which I was kind of shocked in. But yeah, so you have a general idea how to form your messaging, how to, sometimes if I see more Canada, I'll be like, oh, here's like, or here's RBC or something Canadian ism, I guess, would be like a better suited way. The next is, which I love this analytic, is when are they on? This is it. When are they on? So you can start posting at that time. Because again, that Kara Nate YouTube channel, I know it's Sunday morning, roughly around 9 to 10 a.m. How did I know that? Because I look for it. So you almost want to know where they are and then keep posting at that time. And again, you're always on top of this. You're always looking to see, okay, so maybe, Thursdays at 1 is not the greatest. Let me try Fridays at 9 a.m. But the point is just kind of a general overview. And it's never too late. It is never too late to start on social media. Never. And here's another insane stat that I found when I was researching is if you look at the 45 to 54, over 300 million users. That's crazy. So again, it doesn't matter if you're never too old. You're never too young. This right now is the perfect time to be on social media. Prime example, Shirley. She's 85. She has over 1 million subs. I was like, I had never heard of her. And then I got lost in her YouTube channel. This is amazing. And then another one, Peter, he's 87. Over 100 subs. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's literally for everybody. And then let's do one more. Judy. Yeah, she's over 1,000, but like she just knits. That's her video. That's her channel. She just knits. And that's something that you most likely are already doing, so might as well do it. And then obviously number 5, and this is again something everyone can understand, is not posting on schedule. I touched on it. Sundays at 9. I'm looking for the travel videos because again, think about it as a TV show because that's what it is nowadays. And especially we'll go and talk about TikTok. There's this one account that I watch religiously, and I love food. It's called Sandwich Dad, and every other day he posts a video about making a sandwich. Again, I'm on TikTok and I'm looking for sandwiches. Again, you want to have some sort of schedule, and the best part is it doesn't have to be every day. I won't suggest every day like a Casey Neistat where he did daily vlogs. I don't know how he did that on top of running a business. Kudos to him. But it could really be twice a month. It could be once a month. It could be every other week, or that's twice a week. But as long as you build up a schedule, just stick to it. And I often say, one of my clients, do you want to do a podcast? I was like, let's do once a month. Let's start with that and let's go from there. If you want to increase it, perfect. If you don't, that's even better. So what to kind of generalize what I just mentioned, the biggest mistakes to avoid: not knowing your audience, thinking you're late for YouTube and your videos are just dragging out, and not using the tools that are free and that can help you go viral, or just to start get the momentum. And that's marketing. That's social media. It's all momentum. All you're doing is trying to catch that train. Once you do, you just keep going. So again, checking in. So I want to make sure everyone is understanding. I don't want to be too long and boring because marketing can get a little bit boring. But does everything make sense? Yes. I'm hearing feedback. I love it. All right. So part 2, why your YouTube videos haven't got the views that you wanted? Fact: people watch over 1 billion hours of YouTube content daily. Granted, the world is large, so take that. Studies have shown that YouTube Shorts earn more than 30 billion daily views. That's crazy. And then again, going back to the YouTube channel to kind of get a general understanding. In November 2022, that's when I started to pick it up. I did it a year before, but I kind of fell off the train, as we all do as business owners. There's other things you got going on, but I made a point in November to start really posting on social media, on Reels, TikTok, and Shorts. Again, I was like, how can I do this every single day? And I'm like, okay, with the phone, because nowadays phones shoot 4K. Don't worry about any fancy cameras. If you do, that's awesome. If you don't worry about it. But we started November 1st, and as you can tell, over the past to like May 2nd, it's just been a constant growth. Again, no fancy. This is not fancy numbers, but the strategy is what I'm talking about. Yeah, no ads, man. Look at you. But how? I was looking for a photo for me doing like this, but I couldn't find one. Full length. To kind of again summarize, full length videos less likely to stick around. Shorter videos, better retention. And that's something that kind of, if you want to take anything out of this, take something like this out, where full length videos, unless you're just producing like Mr. Beast quality, even him, or even David Dobrik. He is another guy who I think he's tapped out his daily vlogs at 5 minutes. Prime example. And in fact, longer videos on YouTube, again, on social media, is harder to keep the viewer attention. So again, just general, if you think about longer videos, see if you can trim down some fat. And that could be down to like telling a story that's not really necessary. So stuff like that, just keep in mind. And then remember those common mistakes: not using those tags, videos long. That's what I said, Riley. Not reading tags. Too old to post. That's a lost opportunity. Big loss opportunities thinking you're too old, and loss of trust when you're not posting on a daily basis or on a schedule. Because when you, like for me, my favorite TV show is Chicago Fire, and they do this all the time. Drives me nuts. Where they post, let me go, where they release 4 episodes. I'm like, I'm so in. They hook me. I'm like, yes, but they don't release them for like the next month, and I'm like, oh man, you're killing me here. I want to know what happened with the fire, man. But you get what I'm saying. Your YouTube channel will suffer. This is why YouTubers like David Dobrik, Peter McKinnon, post weekly or post on a schedule, learn from their audience. Also, when you collab with other people, you can kind of see like that are in your space. You can kind of see insights. You see little few nuggets, and then always improve your channel. Again, always keep moving. That could be down to your banner page. It could be down if you're talking about Instagram highlight covers, which is something that I see all the time. That is a lost opportunity, in my opinion, because it's easy to do. And then when you see people, I always use this as an example where I'm looking for a restaurant to eat. And my first thing is to go on Instagram and see, okay, what am I feeling? Oh, I'm feeling, let's talk about burgers. I go to a spot or barbecue, and then I see a social, their Instagram where it doesn't have to be the best of the best, but I just want to make sure that everything kind of looks the same, feels the same. I'm talking about the brand colors. Want that to be the same font if you can. Canva, free, easy to do. So there are things where you always look to improve. And it doesn't have to be all at once, just a little bit of a day, maybe once a week, once a month, or whatever. Make sure you always try to improve your profile. Yeah, there you go. Noticing that changed me and my clients' vision on social media and their profiles. And again, it's what I'm saying right now. It's nothing fancy. It's nothing crazy, but it's something that you can do like right now. It's free. If we focus on releasing schedule, filming, knowing what you're filming, which is another key thing, and learn from others. I constantly learn from Peter McKinnon every single day. Casey Neistat was, I would say Casey Neistat was the inspiration from doing what I'm doing right now, because he showed that, he committed to everyday vlogs, which I'll never do. But it's just the hustle, the effort, and showing your creativity. And I think that's something that we all can understand is we're all creatives here at the end of the day. And we just want to, this is not a competition, it's more of a community. So learn from others. So another key thing, and if we want to talk about client facing, this is more client facing slide. If you're going to a meeting or a potential meeting, and you're like, hey, so which a few questions I've been asked was, okay, so what is this? Like, why do I need social? Why do I need YouTube? Or why do I need this? It's a fair question, especially if we're talking about restaurants who don't really need social media because they have that backing. But what I like to say is that it gains you brand recognition, most importantly, because if you're talking about B2C, it's all about more brand recognition than sales. It's always sales, but like it's just kind of getting your name out there. So I say brand recognition, growing your client list, because sometimes if you focus on yourself, and this is what I'm saying with your company social, if you focus on those little nuggets of value, people start to reach out. I'm like, hey, what do you mean by this? Hey, what do you mean by that? And then you become like a thought leader in a general sense, and that's kind of how you get the conversation going. And then you build a community, and you improve your skill. Again, check it in. Does this make sense? Yes. All right. So, and I promise you, this is the last part. It's going to be quick. Don't worry. So the only type of video that you'll get you views on YouTube or social media is what we've been talking this whole time. You will gain more views with longer videos, right? Nope. Yes, exactly. Thank you. So shoot video. And this is actually another key thing I want everyone to kind of understand. When you shoot videos, produce long form content, blogs, website copy, videos, anything like that, you'll get your dream KPIs. Well, you can break it up. Think about it. So if you have a blog post and you have like 4 or 5 points in your blog post, I see it as at least 10 plus content pieces. Don't overthink it. And especially you're you're a pro in your industry. So you can talk about something, about one point in your blog post. You can talk about that like in multiple pieces of content. So just kind of like take a long form piece, especially if you already have it, and split that up. Focus on using what you have to produce short content pieces. That's it. Because like there's a lot of times where people like, I have so much content, I have so much, especially with like ChatGPT, all the AI programs. Split it up. Content. It's easier. It's easier than you think. It's all how you kind of take in information. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people don't really retain a lot of information. They retain like little niblets of information. So yeah, you could produce 10 plus content pieces with one video or blog post. How is that? Use what you have. Exactly. So like a prime example on that idea is that when I release a YouTube video, I have an email marketing campaign. I have a blog post, which is coming up. Then I have a reel. I have social. I have like at least 5 content pieces that I can talk about in like a few seconds. So you just kind of think about that whole idea. Increase short clips, reduce your time, increase KPIs, and grow your profile faster. So many benefits to short form content. One of them, actually, sometimes when we talk to people and they're like, I'm posting long form content, you can see that they're lacking creativity, lacking motivation. There's no traffic to the business. This is what we're doing. We're trying to create some traffic, that momentum that I was talking about. But if you just simplify your approach, break up what you already have, because again, that'll cut down your time tremendously. Increase creativity, motivation, traffic, and lead gen. Again, like I keep saying, viewers don't like long form content. Then yeah, you can, at the end of the day, summarize what you have, produce it, you're good to go. So that's pretty much high value clips, higher impressions, increased brand awareness. This is why we love it, because there's no added work. No added work, interactive content. You can repurpose it, different social platforms, and you can become a thought leader, which I was mentioning, and then it's easy growth strategy. This is something that you can do today. You can do it for your clients today as well. But again, it's simple. It's a simple mindset. Then finally, do you have any ideas for your clients or business right now? Is there anything that's kind of like cooking, that you have any ideas that you can probably start today or tomorrow, or have a better understanding? Is that kind of the idea where you guys are getting from? Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, so here's what we covered to kind of wrap it all up. Mistakes business owners make with short form content, why your YouTube videos haven't got the views that you wanted. Short form content is easier than you think. Friendly reminder, use old content or new content, post on shorts, reels, etc., and you'll see the results you want. And stop trying, that doesn't work. And then finally, if you want to grow your business, start now. Any questions? Ooh, yes. Stop it. Throw the ball.
Hi, I'm Matt Wilkinson, founder and CEO of eAgree. And the reason why I'm here today is because marketing is my weakness. So wanted to come here and see how I can improve my skills. One of the questions I've got is around editing. So what's the best editing software, or how, let's say for instance, if I did a movie from my phone, how do I get that into something that's going to be a short form content?
Great question. So we can stick on the mobile device. So where TikTok, they have, I don't know if it's associated with TikTok, but you can definitely repurpose it for Reels or anything like that. It's called CapCut. I believe it's the editing software. It's free. But if we're talking about more like more longer editing softwares, there's multiple that are free. There's one called DaVinci that is free. I use Final Cut Pro only because I learned how to use it. A lot of people say, oh, you have to use Premiere, you have to use Photoshop. You don't have to. Whatever works for you. Wherever gets the job done is how I like to say it. Then if you have a Mac, iMovie. Keep it simple. Because at the end of the day, it does the same thing. So yeah, I would suggest something like that. No problem.
Hey,
Hello.
hey, this is pretty cool. Hi, everybody. My name is Edward, and I'm a founder. Planning my next business, and also I am working on a project with a friend of mine called ChatGPT Expert, where we'll be training people on using AI tools on ChatGPT in small, medium-sized businesses. I have a few questions for you.
Yes, sir.
I was taking very careful notes. So
Ooh.
a few. So first of all, I want to ask you, because you're going to be managing a variety of platforms, and it requires a lot of attention. How do you set up the system where you can manage multiple platforms, but yet you still are able to focus on building the channels?
Great, good question, because that's something that a lot of people kind of get lost in the sauce with, and I like to say. So what I've used a lot of social media schedulers. I started on Hootsuite because I think they had like a free program where I think it was 3 social platforms. But what I use right now, it's called Vista Social. Vista Social is a great app, great company, because I believe they integrated AI tools. They're constantly upgrading their websites, but I use them because it's kind of user friendly, very, very much user friendly, and that's kind of how I stay on top of different clients, different social media platforms, and then I know Sprout Social does a great job on analytics. So when you're at the end of the month, when you're looking at what you posted, see what's good, what's not good, I would say if that's more important, I would say Sprout Social. Yeah.
You want to catch it? Hi, my name is Pucci. I came all the way from Australia.
Amazing.
Yes, yeah.
Hello.
I'm a founder of a little marketing automation company in Australia, dealing mostly with the government. I am learning how to do my own marketing. I realize that ads and all that are be very, very expensive, and trying to bring more of what you just said out. There we go. About tags. So you're saying that check out tags. Ask a question, the kind of question that you want that's related to your topic. Look at the tags and see which ones are trending and use them. Do you go back to your old videos and update those to your trending tags?
Yeah, so I know a lot of people, especially on YouTube, where they take their year-old videos and they update them with new thumbnails, new captions, new everything. So there's times where another social person I use, Chris Howe, is also another Ontario guy. He's a prime example where he had like 10 Instagram hacks for 2021, and then a year later he said 10 Instagram hacks for 2022, and they changed the thumbnail. So that's definitely in play. If that, especially if it's something that's been popular with you and you want to kind of ride the wave of definitely, yeah, I would suggest that. But again, it's kind of you kind of want to look at, if it's working well, if it's not working well. That's the whole part, like, reading your analytics. But yes, I would say for sure. Ooh, nice roll.
Hi, Selena Sue, marketing manager at a visual effects studio, Image Engine. And I started playing around, with YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
And I was just curious, after you post it up, do you have what do you do next? Like, do you put it in the newsletter, or you just upload to YouTube and you let it go? Or is there anything checklist of what you do after you post it?
Yeah. So I've done multiple things with it, because having that in mind, where I'm like, I created a topic that I can repurpose in different ways. So if I have a YouTube short that I'm really proud of that has a lot of content, a lot of value, I use that for newsletters. I use that I even sometimes bring that up in like client meetings where I kind of I think they kind of need something like this. And it's a fancy way of showing your creativity. So yeah, if you can find a way to input your short into something, yes. And then when I kind of go a little bit more into your question, after that reel, same sort of thing where I kind of look at the analytics and I see who's there. And obviously you're going to get more YouTube Shorts viewers than your subscribers, but it's kind of, again, you're just learning a little bit more. And I started out posting 20-second videos, and then recently I posted This was just by accident, where I was just talking with a friend, and he's also in marketing, and I was like, "Do you remember MSN?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You know what? Give me a second." And I just go down the stairs. I'm like, "1 second," and then I just record. I'm like, "Hey, do you remember MSN?" It was like 3-4 seconds, and that got like 5,000 views organically. So yeah, it's use what you can. Yeah, all good, perfect.
Good morning, very kindly. Thank you for invitation. I appreciate your last line. Teaching me a good English about the idea for your opinions. I think that everybody is IT, innovative thinking. So that I wonder how long can we put a video into the YouTube? Half year, 1 year? And also, should we put a CC closed caption for global audience of videos? Okay. Thank you.
No, that's great. That kind of spark plugged an answer. So, especially on YouTube, it's not like TikTok where if you post a TikTok, it kind of dies down. YouTube, it's kind of like it generates. It's kind of like still there because sometimes a good video, like especially with shorts, where you post them, like, oh, I got like nothing. I got 0 views. I got nothing here, and then like a month later, like, oh my god, I have like 1,000 views on this. So I would say, and kind of adding to the comment before, post it. If it's not doing well, try to improve it. And then, like for example, Mr. Beast, he had an idea where he was doing super well with his English-speaking audience. Then he looked at his analytics and okay, half of my viewers are in India. So he, hot and granted, he's Mr. Beast. He hired someone to translate and dub into Indian, and that's blown up. So again, it's like I would suggest, adding this the written version to your videos because that helps you with your SEO. No problem.
Can you catch up?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Stephanie. I work with Sunripe. I'm the marketing manager for the beverage portfolio. So I just have a question. You keep saying organic social.
Mhm.
So when I'm working with our agencies, we have an organic strategy mixed with a paid strategy. So just wondering, like, is this obviously organic is the preference because we're not paying as much for a paid social,
Mhm.
but are you kind of saying that this is like we could with YouTube Shorts, organic is almost as strong if you have a good strategy?
Yeah, like what I always like to do is set up for success. And once you do all these kind of steps, then we place an ad, because theoretically, when you're starting out on Instagram, as an example, you're at 0. There's nothing there. So how do we kind of get some momentum going? Is what I was mentioning, like the Instagram highlight covers. Start posting a few things, and then when you're at that moment to place ads, when people come to your profile, you're like, okay, so there's something there, rather than place ads and you go there. It's like nothing's posted and like kind of what. So what I'm saying is just more so like setting yourself up for success when you do place some ads. But for YouTube Shorts, I haven't played with the ads in the shorts because I've been seeing like a good return on the organic reach. But definitely YouTube Shorts more organic. Then you can't go wrong with YouTube ads when you're talking about your full length videos. All right. Well, we got another. Sure, one more. Then we got another gentleman coming up.
Can you catch it?
Hello, everybody. I'm Ehsan. I'm with Citronity. We bring global talent for startups and agencies as a dedicated team for them. My question is that I asked this because we assume that everybody is marketing and we ask it between us. So do you fiddle with the organic? So when you say organic, is it pure organic or is kind of a guided organic, or do you do any influence that to pick it up?
Yeah. Sorry, are you talking about putting more emphasis or more ideas in the organic reach. Sorry.
I'm saying you, when you expect something to pick up in organic
Oh, yeah.
views, do you kind of assist it in some
Oh,
way?
right. Yeah. No, great answer. Great question. Sorry. Yeah. So when you see like, for example, something popping off organically, you're like, oh, so this is popular. So if you do have some ad money, that would probably be the first few steps I would go towards, is placing some ads behind that organic post that showed well. And because that can, you can almost think about like volleyball, when you're keeping up with the ball and you're just trying to get higher and higher. So if you see something that's popular organically, that's a great opportunity to play some ads. Or you can just post some more ideas around that subject because it's hot of that moment. So yeah, you can take the organic reach. If it's doing well, just keep like feeding the beast kind of deal. Hopefully that answers your question. But yeah, I think that should be it, because we have a great presentation lined up. Oh, I thought there was a video. Damn. So up next, we have Eugene Capon with a great title. Again, I have to say it again. From clicks to kicks, how to sell in a world that doesn't exist. I got you. Thank you.